Welcome everyone. Welcome to today's masterclass on 5 ways to a balanced life for your health and well-being long term. And this is something I have been passionate about for over 30 years, helping clients to regain their health and restore their well-being and teach them tools in order to heal their own body. And I'll share my story with you, though if you have any questions, please reach out. And especially for those who are listening to the replay, you can always contact me with any questions and I'll explain and go deeper into anything that I share today. So thank you for being here and thank you for watching. And as we go through, just make any notes and let's get started because there's a lot to get through. So welcome. So what we're going to cover today is 3 reasons why, plus I'll give you 3 strategies. So if you're not thriving in your life, if you've got either physical or emotional pain that's causing illness or disease, or if you feel like you're not on the right path, or you feel stuck on your path, or if you don't have clarity on your direction, I'll give you 3 strategies as well as 5 proven steps, which I have used in my life, and I've taught my 5 steps for nearly 20 years. So I know it's a proven model and I've just expanded on it as well as continuing to expand. So let's dive in. You are in the right place if you want a renewed life and take back control of your life, as well as take back control of your health and well-being. Because sometimes when we hit a roadblock, and this could be a traumatic event or where we're maybe diagnosed with a disease or an illness, and it throws our whole life out of balance, and that's like a big wake-up call on where are we putting our energy and our time and attention, because that's where the universe is going, wake up, time to change to a new path. Okay, also, if you have been struggling or suffering with any emotional or physical pain, or maybe you feel stuck, like I talked about, and you want clarity on your direction. And for some people, it's experiencing emotional pain. This could be from trauma. It could be from an abusive background. It could be from, say, I was going to say domestic violence. And that is also part of the abuse and the cycle that people, that causes a lot of trauma, okay? And it's about rebuilding your life after that. But also any kind of anxiety, depression, stress, and this is where you have been working long hours, maybe in a corporate office or being a business owner and entrepreneur. We all work very long hours. And this is where the balance comes in, because if you are burning yourself out, there's so many red flags and alarm bells that are coming up for you. And this is why it's critical to get balance back in your life to avoid burnout. And that's where I specifically dive in to help corporate employees, C-level executives, and entrepreneurs to avoid burnout. Okay, and you want more balance and happiness and freedom in your life in order for you to thrive, and you deserve that. Okay, I've got a gift for you, and it's my ebook on how to rewire your brain. And I've got 33 super tips in this ebook, and I'll give you the link at the end. Okay, so that's some encouragement to hang around until the end. So a little bit about me. I've been studying the mind-body connection for over 30 years, and I've studied and practiced a number of techniques where several different leaders in the field for well over 20 years. I started my business back in 1999, and I started doing more on the body work, which is the massage, energy work, and healing work. And then I realized that anything that was happening in the physical body started from the mind that created it. So then I started teaching a healing modality, Palawa healing, as well as personal development workshops and coaching. And over the years, I've studied many like NLP and hypnotherapy and timeline therapy. So that was back in 2006, 2004 was the Palawa healing training. Prior to that, it was Reiki. I'm a Reiki master, and as well as a lot of other tools to help shift the mindset, to shift the energy in your body. And it's all about taking charge of your own life and taking charge of your health and well-being. But let me just tell you, my personal story. It was back in 1990 when I first met my spiritual teacher. I had cancer at the time, and he helped me to understand why I created the cancer, because I was pushing down all that hurt and sadness and feeling betrayed and outcasted by my family. I couldn't understand why they didn't like me or love me or accept me. And I really felt like an outsider. And the hurt that I was pushing down created cancer. And so my teacher at the time, and I met him in San Jose, California, he helped me to understand what my purpose was, the mind-body connection, as well as why I chose my family. Now, my family are my greatest teachers, because what they are showing me is that to not look outside of myself for love and acceptance or approval. It's like, yes, I know I'm different. Yes, I know I'm unique. And I've had many, many lifetimes where I've been, burnt at the stake and killed. And so this life, I chose them as my immediate family, to really stand in my power, stand my own ground, and to survive this life and not have a fear of ridicule. So anyway, enough of that. Though it's interesting, my biggest learning is after I've, studied all these things, thriving business, I moved to California to live in 2010, and I lived there for 7 years. Now, very fast lifestyle. I worked in Silicon Valley, which is a very fast pace. I had my own private practice. I was moving. I moved several times while I was living there. And for a Taurian, because I'm an earth sign, I need grounding. And that's where, when I'm grounded, that's where my creativity comes in. So what I noticed is that I was getting burnt out. So by the time I came back to Australia, I was burnt out. I was really sick. So being in that vulnerable place of going, what's my next step? I was feeling vulnerable and fragile and gullible, and I cut off from my higher self. And in that time, that's again, my greatest teachers, being my family, all started attacking me again because I wasn't standing in my power. So this was a big learning lesson for me. But at the time, I was feeling victimized. I was feeling sorry for myself, and I spiraled down and was in the pit with depression, suicide or suicidal thoughts, and I'd cut off my energy supply from source and just watch my physical body deteriorate. Now, not something I'm proud of, but that when in the pit, what I learnt is how to get out, and also how to help others and have compassion for others who get stuck there, and then help them out to transform their life and their health, because I had to rebuild my body as well as my mind, my brain, and I was not very well. So, and even with all the study and everything behind me, I still did that to my body. But in that, this is where I created my BENN Method, because I asked the source, what do I need in order to heal my body? And I got 4 steps: balance, energy, nurture, and nourish. And that's what I needed to do. And that became my BENN Method. And that's what I still, and I'm so passionate about sharing with others who are struggling either with any health issues or burnout, and how to restore their body back to perfect health, back to your original divine blueprint of who you truly are. So the things that I include in my one-to-one or online coaching programs is the mind-body connection, taking responsibility and integrating mind, body, and soul, because I do a lot of deep journey work working with the person's soul. So when I go deep, I go really deep, back to the source, back to the core of who you are being, back to your true authentic self. And the other thing I integrate into that is brain health, and the connection to your head brain, your heart brain, and your gut brain. And also incorporating the meditation and breath work, nutrition, exercise, self-care healing and energy healing tools, and empowering my clients to take back control of their life as well as their health, and where are they going. So after hearing my story, who can relate to that? Let me know. And I've healed myself of cancer, autoimmune, chronic stress, chronic fatigue, childhood trauma, depression, suicide, physical and emotional abuse from my childhood, as well as even in my adult years, because I was actually attracting men into my life who also abused me. And then rejection and abandonment, which was an old program that I was running from childhood, and feeling unloved and unworthy. So this is where I've been on my own journey of self-discovery, which is why I'm so passionate about helping others. And it doesn't matter who comes to me to work with me, I can relate to their story because I've been there, done that, and I share how I transformed and shifted the energy on whatever they've experienced. So that's where I've had real life experiences. So over the years, I've met some wonderful people. These are just some of the celebrities that I've met over the years. A few years ago, I interviewed Dr. Phil, and that's also on my website. I've personally worked with and studied with and been coached by many different teachers. These are just a handful of different teachers. And so like Wayne Dyer, John Gray, Deepak Chopra, I met back in my 20s. So that was, about, 25 to 30 years ago. And then also I've met Wayne Dyer several times after that. So some of the things that I've studied over the years is metaphysical science, as well as remedial therapies and massage therapy, aromatherapy, as well as all the training. Well, I am a trainer and assessor as well. I did that a couple of times. A trainer in Palawa healing, as well as in a Reiki master, so I teach Reiki as well, and all the bodywork techniques, from orthobionomy, which is more osteopathy based, cranial, sacral, and the healing work, somatic work, psychic surgery, medical intuitive, anything to do with source energy, any intuitive work. Love that. Also, I'm a yoga teacher. Again, all these labels I don't actually put down, but yes, I've studied a lot of things. Hypnotherapy is a tool that I incorporate with my coaching sessions, which I call more of a journey session, because it's not really coaching, but coaching is the word that most people understand. Like I said, I work with the soul, so I go deep, and then I use my intuition in order to help people where they're at in their life, in order to make that change, the positive change. And I incorporate all my tools and everything that I've studied over the years, because again, they're all just tools, hypnotherapy, NLP, timeline, even the CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy. They're all just tools. And so I incorporate that into my sessions. So let's dive into the 3 reasons why people are not living a thriving and balanced life. And this is where, they've got no clarity. Maybe they're just sitting there and just feeling lost or stuck, or they've just come out of a relationship, or they've been diagnosed with an illness or disease, or have gone through a traumatic event, even losing a loved one, or a divorce, or losing a job and a career, going bankrupt, all these things happen, but it's actually happening for you. And then looking at health. So this could be any kind of trauma, health issues, including, physical health, could be stress related from chronic stress, and which then leads to depression. Especially this ties into not having a direction on your life, and if you've lost your purpose, that's which affects your mental health, and it's just a spiral down if you don't take charge and get back on track, or have a mentor, or have a support system around you, and someone to just, keep you on that road. Because like I've experienced, we can go off our path and then come back, and, and sometimes it's a meandering. So have compassion for yourself, and be gentle and kind to yourself, because we're all on this journey. We're all learning and growing in having this human experience while feeling all the emotions which come up for us humans. And if you've had any kind of trauma recently, or past trauma from your childhood, well, then that could be also affecting you right here, right now as an adult. And so let's look at 3 strategies to get you on the right path. And number 1 is accept and acknowledge where you're at. And one way is through journaling. I personally love journaling. I love writing. I write a lot. And I've been keeping a diary for, well, since my teenage years. And then when I traveled around the world on a 3-year walkabout, I kept a journal every single day of every city, country that I was visiting, and every day I filled in where I was that day. And so that could turn into a book one day. I'll keep you posted, but I still have that diary because that also has all the dates that relate to all the photos that I took at the time. So journaling is powerful, and this is where, when you're writing, it's different to just typing on your computer or on a keyboard, okay? When you're physically picking up that pen and writing, you're connecting neurological networks in your brain, and physically you're using all the senses to actually write. So, and this is where you allow yourself to open up your crown chakra to receive the insights, the ahas, the information, the ideas to flow through you, and you allow yourself to do a brain dump and just dump it all on the pieces of paper, okay, or your journal. I also recommend keeping a separate gratitude journal. This is where, again, you write down, at least minimum 3 things per day, and you can do this morning and night, but we'll go into that a little bit later. And so when you're writing, you will notice your stress levels just diminish, because this is such a powerful process. And it actually reduces depression. So that's been shown in research. And while you're journaling, well, it actually helps you to have a more positive outlook on life, but reduce the stress, as well as feel happier. And during, even if you're writing out something horrible, by the end, you can see a positive outcome or a learning on why you went through that experience. So there's no failures here. It's just writing and doing automatic writing, and transferring those fears from your head into a journal can help you to feel more in control and less overwhelmed. So use it in your everyday life, part of your self-care routine, part of your morning routine or your nighttime routine. And who knows, you may be surprised with the results and what comes through for you, because you're never alone. Remember, we're all protected and safe, and we're always receiving information, because when you open up the top of your head, your crown chakra, that's like your umbilical cord to source, and you're going, okay, I'm ready. I've got my pen and paper. Let's do a download. And then you just download and you write and write and write. And that's where all the ideas and creativity and ahas come through. So enjoy that process and let me know. Okay, the second strategy is to increase your emotional well-being And I use this scale of consciousness, which was developed by Dr. David Hawkins, who wrote the book Power versus Force. And it's looking at all the emotions. Now, this actually goes into 1,000, but this scale has been broken through to infinity, but we're still using this scale just to give you an idea that anything that vibrates 200 and below, and I'll show you another scale after this, that's where all the worry and the fears and the uncertainty and lower vibration energy it actually affects your immunity, it affects your general well-being and your mental health, because your whole energy vibration around your body is brought down to such a low level. For example, if you're feeling guilt or shame, well, look where your energy's going. Look where you're directing your energy, and how does that make you feel? Not good, right? So this is where, when you can stay in the love, peace, and joy vibration, this will keep your energy vibration high, as well as your mental health. You will have clarity on your direction. So be aware of the thoughts that you're thinking every day, the stories that you're telling yourself, as well as your feelings are the barometer. So this is where you listen to your body, because your body is the barometer of the soul. Okay, and your body is constantly giving you the messages and the answers to your questions. And so if you're ignoring those messages, well, that's again where illness and disease occurs, because if you're ignoring all those messages coming in, what may happen is you end up in bed with a cold or a flu or some other illness, because you were ignoring the messages and the universe was trying to slow you down. And if you weren't listening, the only way they could slow you down is to force you into bed and have some quiet time to reflect. So listen to your body and feel the feelings and what's coming up for you, okay? And also be aware of the emotions that are generated from the thoughts that you're thinking. And again, it all ties into, your thinking, which causes the feelings, which causes your beliefs. Like, beliefs are just thoughts that you keep thinking about and creating a story around it, and you believe it. And so that, depending on the story, that can get ingrained. This is where the rewiring the brain comes in. And this is where you need to release those negative emotions that cause the stress and disturbance in your mind and body. And because if the negative energy accumulates in your body, that's what will lead to illness and disease. So you want to protect your body from any further damage, as well as for your general well-being. So watch your thoughts, watch the words that you're speaking, the stories you're telling yourself. But let's move on. I want to show you another chart, because this goes into a little bit more detail than the last one, but it's all based on the same concept. Okay, so anger is still sitting at 150, and as you move up the scale to enlightenment and consciousness, this is where you move from the 3D dimension to the 5th dimension, and that's what we as humanity are experiencing right now. And I won't go into too much detail of this because of time, but if you've got any questions about that, let me know and we can have a conversation, or I can do a separate training on that. Okay, the third step to creating a new positive daily habits is to have love and compassion for yourself. You know, when you can just wake up and it's like, oh my God, I love my life. You know, you feel free in your body, free from chronic pain, and also you're free from those negative influences that steal your peace, love, and joy. Okay, so it depends, you know, if you're holding on to those stories, well, that can bring your energy down. So, but also have love and compassion for yourself and acceptance. And something that I learned, you know, is, and this is something I, you know, from many, many years ago, one of my teachers would say, you just need to love and accept yourself. And I said, you know, oh, I'm getting there. And she went, you're either pregnant or you're not. So again, it's like, how much do you love and accept yourself? And what are the fears that are holding you back? And maybe write down those questions and journal on this later. And what is the one thing you want the most? Because we all have a story, right? I won't go into my whole traumatic story, but when I transformed, you know, from where I was to thriving, this is where the BENN Method came in. And because, yeah, I was stuck. I was sitting at the bottom of the pit. And that's when I downloaded the BENN Method. So let me show you the BENN Method. So this is balance, energy, nurture and nourish, and the end result is a new life. This is why I have the renewal program, the 5-step renewal program. But that's the foundation to the BENN Method, because my BENN Method is the transformational step-by-step program to take you from trauma to thriving, resulting in freedom, love, peace, and joy. But it's also connecting your head, your heart, and your gut to make those choices and decisions in your life for sustained health and well-being. And this is also what I incorporate into my corporate wellness programs and into my one-to-one work and my online group program, because it's balancing all 3 brains, as well as looking at any areas that are affecting you right here, right now, that could be affecting you, you know, in your personal life, in your career, relationships, whatever it is. And really, it's all encompassed. You're here having this human experience and you have a soul. So when you're out of alignment with your true authentic self and your soul's mission and vision and purpose, that's where all these other things are happening in your life. But things don't happen to you, they happen for you. So this is, again, have love and compassion for yourself while you come back into alignment, back to your true authentic self. And this is why I created this program. So let's move on. And I know I'm going through this very quickly, though there's more information on my website, as well as you can always set up a clarity call with me. Okay, so I've worked with lots of different clients over the years, and this lady, she's had a 360-degree positive change. She was, anxiety, stress. She came from corporate. She was carrying all these fears. I helped her create her own business. And I also helped her create just a more sustainable model in her life where she was thriving and also believing in herself and overcoming her own beliefs, fearful beliefs that kept her stuck. Another lady, when I first met her, she'd come out of a relationship. She was lost and she hated her job, and now she's thriving and got a promotion in a brand new job, plus in a beautiful, loving relationship. So she's thriving as well. So this is the renewal model, which I mentioned. I created this nearly 20 years ago called the 5 R's, and it's a program where I was using it when working with one-to-one clients if they'd come to me for body work, because people would say, well, what are you doing? And it's like, well, I release the pain in your body, and then I'm realigning, postural structural realignment, to restore your overall health and well-being, to rebalance all the areas in your life so that you walk out re-energized. So that's like a real quick summary, but in the program we go much deeper, because when you can think about, all those sabotage patterns and programs and destructive behaviors, or any of those old beliefs that are holding you back, that's what we release. Okay, and so we're constantly, this is a constant thing, but when you learn the tools, it's like you can just quickly clear, delete, thank you, got that, next, and again, like I just talked about, when you're in alignment with who you truly are, well, that's where the clarity comes in. And you can feel it, when you're in alignment, because you are focused, you're on purpose. Everything that you're doing in your life is towards your goal and the end destination that you're moving towards. And then restoring your body, especially where if you have health issues or anything that's going on for you physically or emotionally, this is where the nurturing and the nourishing your body, and healing your nervous system. When you're stressed, it's the nervous system that is out of balance, that needs nurturing, but then also looking at the nutrition and really feeding your body with the most nurturing, nourishing things that you can actually put into your mind as well as your body in order to rebalance your life. So if you're working crazy long hours, this is where the balance part is really critical for you in order for you to feel that peace within. So it's not just work-life balance, it's looking at everything in your life and how balanced is it. Do you have a morning and a nighttime routine? It's the balancing the energy centers in your body and the meridians, which is our life force energy. It's balancing the masculine and the feminine energy, especially in corporate. There's a lot of ladies who are acting very masculine. And so again, it's balancing this energy in your body. And then re-energize. Re-energize is excuse me, is where you jump out of bed and go, wow, I feel fantastic. I love my life. I have the best life. You wake up from your the best night's sleep, and every morning you are focused, you're excited, you're enthusiastic about the day, and you truly love your life and you're happy. And the opposite to that is, struggling to get out of bed, craving coffee to even put a sentence or a conversation together, and excuse me, and where you have no plan for the day, and you get the picture. So we want you to jump out feeling energized, happy, resilient, and just feeling that love in your heart. So the area that I work with is way down here, the bottom of the iceberg, because from all the years I've been working with clients, I've noticed that, psychology and talk therapy, it all just talks about the trauma stories, talking. And that when you're talking about what you don't want, well, guess what? You're just giving more energy to what you don't want. And sometimes bringing up those old stories actually affects you more mentally, because things that you hadn't it's like maybe it's already resolved, but by talking about it and giving energy to something that's happened in the past, you're giving it energy and you're giving it power. And so the key is to come to a place, yes, that happened, but look what I learned from it, and I feel at peace around whatever the trauma was, whatever the story was, and restoring your resilience and belief in yourself. So this is where you're rebuilding those new neural networks in your brain to restore your mind, body, and soul connection. Okay. And if you expect a miracle, you will create a miracle, and miracles happen in your life on a daily basis. So always look for the miracles, because I'm sure everyone can all tell me a story about their trauma, or where they felt hopeless, or a PTSD story, or where they felt pain, or where they lost their dreams or fears and things like that. But so let's do a closed eye exercise, and I'll just put this slide up so you can close your eyes. There's nothing to focus on right now except going within in your body, closing your eyes, feet on the floor, and just breathe long, slow, deep breaths in and out. On each in-breath, just expand your diaphragm, expand your belly. Maybe hold your breath, and now release. Feeling the air as it moves in your nostrils, down into your lungs, to your diaphragm, and into your belly. And slowly breathe out. And on the out breath, you're just releasing any stress or tension in your body. Feeling the connection of your feet on the floor. And you can send roots down from the soles of your feet into the earth and through all the layers of the earth. And like you would suck up liquid in a straw, I want you to suck up that beautiful earth energy, pure unconditional love, earth energy up through those roots, up through your feet, bringing it up through your legs, all the way through your body, and bring it to your heart center in the middle of your chest, and just focus on your heart as you breathe in and out. Noticing what you're feeling in your body, noticing what thoughts from what you've listened to and heard so far, what's coming up for you, how are you feeling, what are you noticing in your body, what emotions are you aware of, and what are the major stresses right now for you. And just imagine at the base of your spine, you've got this big, thick grounding cord that's going all the way down into the earth. Just create this grounding cord, and using your imagination, it's like a big drain pipe, and you're dumping out all those things that are stressing you, those old beliefs, any tension in your physical body. If you're experiencing any health issues, dump that down. If it's mental conflict or work stress, or just feeling completely exhausted and fatigued and drained, dump that down your grounding cord, because again, it's just energy, but the mind is focused on it. And this is where listening to your body, and your body saying stop and rest. So take this moment to just release and let go, and allow your body to surrender to this little exercise right now, focusing on your heart and allowing your heart to expand in your chest, opening your heart up to expand and receive and feel love for yourself, filling up every cell in your body with the love and the light. And when we energize every cell in our body with love and light, we're rejuvenating, regenerating every cell in our body back to our original divine blueprint of perfect health. So when you're ready, slowly come back and open your eyes. If you'd like to do longer meditations, I've got several on my YouTube channel. If you search for Linda Joy Ben, and most of my meditations go for about 30 minutes. So there's longer ones there if you'd like to continue to meditate later. So let's move on. So the first step is release. This is releasing the stress, the beliefs, in order to improve our clarity and focus and happiness. And then realigning back to our true authentic self, so we can make those clear choices and decisions in our life and business. And then restoring our overall health, vitality, having peace of mind. And this is restoring our body through meditation, rest, self-care, and recovering if our body is experiencing any illness. And restoring and then rebalancing any areas where our life has got out of balance. And even though we hear, oh, meditate and journal and do mindfulness, but it's about maintaining that. When we go to a yoga class, it's actually a practice that we practice every time we get on the mat to do yoga. And any balance poses requires focus We focus on that dot on the floor in order to stay balanced. So how balanced are you when it comes to everyday life? And in my program, I go much deeper because we actually go into detail on looking at every aspect of your life. And then re-energize. This is where you wake up out of bed after a great night's sleep and you go, wow, I feel fantastic. I love my life. I am just full of joy and passion and enthusiasm, and you're confident and you're high self-esteem. You actually love your life and you're creating miracles every single day. And if there's a problem, you've got a solution. So nothing's really a problem because there's always a solution. The answer is yes, there's always a solution to every problem. And this is where when you take charge of your life and you create a miracle every single day, and that when you can keep practicing that, gets really exciting and the momentum just continues and you just feel this gratitude and appreciation every single day. So more testimonies. I've worked with many people over the years, all over the world. This lady from San Francisco, she was an actress, and actually going for auditions, she felt really nervous and it was affecting her confidence and self-esteem because she was so fearful. So I worked with her to land those jobs that she wanted. So just to recap, the 5 steps are release, realign, restore, rebalance, and re-energize. And this will actually help you to have more clarity in your life, as well as, for your health, your well-being, your career, your relationships. Finances are an offshoot because everything is all connected. And so following these 5 steps, excuse me, let me just get some water. This is what I teach in my program. But I've got a couple of offers for you. So, and thank you for persevering. So let me just show you the first one. This is where if you want to do the 5 steps, I've got a program and you just show up because it's online and it's a group program where we get together. And what I'm giving you with the 5R program is the code in order to open this safe. And so many people spend many years, spinning their wheels and trying to work out what's the combination. What I'm giving you is the combination to the safe, and what's inside is the 5R program. Fast, efficient, and something that you can implement straight away. So it's 5 modules, which is all in my portal on my online learning program. And then online, we get together every single month for Zoom one-to-one. It's a group program. And this is where the coaching comes in, where you're actually coaching with me in a group, in a supportive group. You're also part of a Facebook group for ongoing 24/7 support. And you get a workbook. It's online workshops. You also get a one-to-one laser coaching with me, a check-in every month, as well as a private session with me to begin with. So all of that is $25,000. Now for the 12 months, it goes for 12 months and I'm actually giving you my online program for free while you do the 12 months of coaching. So that is just a once-off bonus offer, because this coaching program is usually $4,000, $3,997, and then because before I only had it over 7 weeks, but now I'm including the 12 months of coaching, because I realized just the release module alone, you can spend 6 months. But those that like to jump in and work at their own pace, this is where you got the online program, and then you come to the group Zoom coaching sessions to discuss what's come up from your online learnings. Okay, if there's any questions on that, let me know, because this is a absolute bonus special. You can either do $333 per month, or for today only, and those people that are watching this, there's a special upfront of $3,330 upfront. Okay, and that covers you for the 12 months. So there's a big savings there. The other special that I will give you, I've got a lot of people that, you know, book in for either body work or a healing. And I realized that for me to give them the best service is, and this is where they want the one-on-one, the personal touch, but then what happens in between sessions? And this is where I can fully support clients to use my BENN Method package of the balance, energy, nurture, and nourish. So what I've done is created another training program where you get those videos every single week to keep you balanced, energized, nurturing yourself and nourishing yourself. So through those training videos, it's ongoing guidance for you. And then you come and have another one-to-one session again. Now, this can be in person if you're located here in Brisbane or wherever I am in the world, or we can do so much on Zoom. So I can do distant healings. We can have a session over Zoom. So doesn't matter on location. If you want more intuitive guidance, this is where I can tune in, and we can actually tune in to what is the priority of the session at the time. Now, this is at a rock bottom. This is like a brand new package that I've created, and for the month only is the special launch of only $225. Now, when you sign up, because this is a beta program, this is a special launch price, but if you get it now, you're locked in forever. Okay, that price will not go up for you. You'll always be grandfathered in at that special package price. Okay, so you get a 1 hour, one-to-one personal private treatment with me of your choice. This could be body work, healing, energy clearing, energy balancing, chakra balancing, intuitive guidance. We do, you know, a reading, whatever you need in that hour. Okay, if you need more time to do, you know, more of a journey session or hypnotherapy, we can talk about that. So this is the rock bottom price that I'm offering you as I launch this BENN Method package, and I'm so happy to be sharing this with you right now, because a lot of energy and love has gone in, and a lot of thought into this package. And every time I record the videos, I'm thinking about you and what you have come to me with, and problems and challenges that you are experiencing in your life. And so when I'm recording the training videos, I'm thinking about you specifically, because in order to support you and help you. So why am I offering this? Because I truly, this is my passion. This is my purpose for being here. Like back in 1990, when I had cancer, I was leaving the planet, and I lost my purpose. It was like, this living life is way too painful emotionally, and cancer was my way of checking out. And so I am living my life's purpose, helping humanity in order for their soul to learn and grow and upgrade and overcome whatever you came here to overcome, to learn. And like I said, it doesn't matter what you've experienced in your past, however traumatic it was or still is, I can help you, because I've been there, I've done that. So grab the offer now. I did say I've got a special gift for you. So if you download this link, it's lindabenn.com. That's BENN Renewal Program -2. You can actually download that free ebook. Now, just to recap, I offered you 2 specials today. One is the 12-month group coaching for the $333 per month, where you get the online, the renewal program, the BENN Renewal Program, the 5 R's for free, while you get this group coaching with me. Or you can take advantage of the one-to-one private session for the grandfathered special launch of only $225 for the month. Okay, you're worth it. You deserve it. So there's that link again. And also from my website, there is a link there if you'd like to have a clarity call. I'm here to support you, here to answer your questions. And if you're listening to this replay, I encourage you to reach out and book a call. And I look forward to serving you and supporting you on this journey that we call life, while we're all here on this playground that we call Earth. Sending much love, many blessings. Namaste. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.